bikini and figure with a special guest, Sam, who has qualified for Olympia last year, hopefully again this year, and Coach Adam, who's going to be guiding us and showing us all the similarities and differences, so make sure you stay tuned. So you'll find in this video later, we are actually going to be physically comparing ourselves to one another, structurally, muscularly. Adam's going to explain it more in detail, but I just want to make it known before we start, we are in different stages of prep. I'm about a month out from show, and you're, what, 20 weeks out, you said?
Yeah, definitely not a month.
Yeah, so we are going to be, a little bit different in that aspect, but we'll try to provide some photos and videos within this video so you can get a good idea of what we look like when we're stage ready, both of us. So, kind of wanted to touch base with you a little bit and ask you just a few simple questions. What is your height? And what is your weight in season versus off season?
Okay, so I am actually 5'2", I'm pretty short, and currently I am about 174 pounds, and I would be 146 on stage.
So for me, my stage weight is about 119 pounds. My off-season weight is about 130-ish, and I'm 5 foot 5 inches. What is your caloric intake in season versus off season?
So off season I'd be at about 5,000 something calories. By the end of prep, I'm typically at about 2,100, 200-ish. Yeah. And
for me, in season, I'm anywhere from about 1,300 to 1,500 average, and off season, I'm about 1,600 to 2,000 average calories. So, what is your athletic background, if you don't mind sharing with us?
Well, so I tried a lot of sports when I was younger, but for the most part, I was a cheerleader for many, many years, and then I was a dancer for many years, and actually did martial arts and horseback riding. So it's a big variety of things.
Good stuff. And for me, I am a former gymnast. As a child, I participated in gymnastics, but from middle school on, I ran track, 400-meter hurdles throughout college. So, Coach Adam, you've worked with a number of bikini athletes, a number of figure athletes. Would you say there's a difference in time it takes to prep between the two divisions?
I would say it's very similar depending on how they approach their off-season. Now, what I find to be common with figure is a lot of figure women like to kind of go hard in the off-season and go really hard in the in-season. The trade-off is more worth it for them. There seems to be something about the figure mentality where in the gym they want to go super, super, super hard, and then out of the gym, when they're in their off season, they want to kind of take it easy on the diet part, and then go super, super hard in season. It's almost like the suffer is worth it more, like the pain is there, and they like embrace it a little bit more. So, but then the break is a little harder too. So, if every figure prep and every bikini prep went my way, I would keep it a little bit leaner. The preps would be about the same time frame. But I do find it to be way more common with figure, especially figure pros, that they'll go a little bit softer in the off season and do a little bit longer preps in season. So for example, Samantha's doing a 20-week prep. You would stay lean enough where we would do like a 10 to 12-week prep with a real focus only on the last 6 to 4 weeks. And then with Sam, she's going to go just as hard at week 20 as she is on week 2. So I find that to be the only real difference there.
Also, Coach Adam, is there any differences you find between training bikini and training with figure? Is there splits that are different or more cardio for one rather than the other?
Dramatic differences there. That's where the biggest difference is. So with bikini, you're going to have a lot more focus on your shoulders, a lot more focus on your glutes, and those are kind of the areas of focus. Have nice round, full hamstrings. Quads are not worried about too much. Glutes is everything. Shoulders is everything. A little bit of concern at the lats. Keep the waistline tight, and that's pretty much it. Never touch the chest. With figure, you don't get to specialize in just 2 muscle groups, 3 muscle groups for the most part. Everything needs to be developed. So quads get a lot more attention. They actually get attention in figure. Hamstrings are not going to get as much attention, and glutes is not going to get as much attention as bikini because, well, they have to work out their quads, they have to work out their shoulders, they have to work out their lats, they have to work out their arms. Everything has to be worked out more, so there's less time available to just specialize in hamstrings and glutes and shoulders. So because of that, you're going to have a different variance. You're also going to have, I think, typically higher intensity. With figure athletes with their workouts, because they have more fresh muscle groups to work throughout the week, and they have to be bigger, so they're going to look more low too. So everything is a priority for figure, other than chest and maybe not so much abs for most. And in Sam's case, she doesn't work out her arms very much because they just naturally are kind of bigger, and they work out from her doing shoulders and her doing her lats enough. But yeah, big differences there. If you see Bikini girl, you can pretty much see her at the gym, like, oh, what are you working today? And you can pretty much know she's going to be doing shoulders or glutes. You see a figure athlete in the gym, you can ask her what she's working that day. It could be anything, you know? Yeah. So that'd probably be the biggest difference.
Right, so I think also when it comes to cardio, I think a lot of us, when it comes to figure, we just tend to not do as much cardio. Because we train so heavy and so hard, I don't think we do as much cardio as you guys. It's pretty different there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my cardio, honestly, I probably do more cardio than the average figure competitor, or more consistently. I like to really mix up my cardio though. I don't do one type of cardio. I just kind of always keep myself guessing and keep it fun, you know? You know, I oftentimes get the question, Ashley, why don't you do fitness competitions? You can flip, you can do handstands and all that jazz. The reason why I don't is fitness competitors, their physique is much like figure competitors. And as you'll see, there is quite a big difference in structure, in genetics, in muscle between bikini and figure/fitness competitors. And sometimes you don't really notice it if we're just all together on stage, just the bikini competitors, all with the bikini competitors. But once you put a bikini competitor with a figure competitor, you will definitely see the difference. And like I mentioned, a lot of it is muscle. How easy can you put on muscle? But also structure too. Figure competitors tend to have a larger structure in general, maybe thicker bones. They will typically have a wider clavicle, and bikini competitors tend to be more petite. Now that doesn't mean if you have thick bones as a bikini competitor that you can't turn pro. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying typically the division would favor a smaller type of a structure, smaller waist, more emphasis on glutes, keeping that X frame, but not as much quad, not as much muscle, and not as lean as figure competitors.
So I think it's pretty similar between bikini and figure, that we're all looking for that really tiny waistline, but figure obviously is more developed. We're looking for kind of like that Superwoman, Marvel kind of physique, right? Which is really bubbly and just really small tapered waist, just like bikini. Actually, me and Ashley have the same waistline measurements when we are, on stage, but we're looking for more bubbly muscles overall around that. And also, I think a lot of figure competitors tend to have more muscle also on their abs. They're just more defined, and for me, genetically, I have a lot of abs, so I don't really train them. They're also really visible, like you can see every ab for themselves and just section them out, whereas bikini is more about the lines in between and just not as developed as mine.
So as you can see, us standing here side by side, there is quite a difference in structure, in muscle, and in size. Even our poses on stage obviously are different too between bikini and figure poses. But just for funsies, I want to show you what it looks like when a bikini girl tries to do a figure pose.
So you want that quad sweep. So you're not going to hide it. So you're going to actually turn your heels inwards and point your toes outwards, okay? So you're going to put them kind of in like a V shape. And then have them as close as possible because you don't want any thigh gap. So like that. And then you would put tension down in your quads. So like flex them, right? So not flex them in, but flex them like that, right? Keep them really tight. And then for the upper body, you would want to go out with your lats and keep them like that. There you go. And then you would stick like your elbows out a little bit just to make you look a bit wider here. So you would keep it, exactly, and then you would keep the elbows out, and then lower, yeah, exactly, keep them like that, and then put tension all the way in your quads, all the way down. So this is supposed to be flexed, and keep your abs tight. There we go. Now it's happening, and now it's not like that for about 5 minutes.
Can you see my glutes from the front?
Yeah.
Bro?
Yeah.
Whoa, you can
so
do that.
So you like from
Why bunch of
see, so you have that separation going here, showing your side glutes from the front, you want that separation showing here. That's really good.
Is my angle good for bending over? Or am I too
Yeah, that's good. So actually, because the judges are sitting down there, you kind of want to angle it a bit forward, not too much, but a little bit, just to make sure the upper body is a bit hinged over to make your waist look smaller. Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go.
Okay, show me the side pose now.
Okay,
the quarter turn, you go like.
Yeah. So, oh God, no.
I'm doing it like Bikini would do.
So do it. Let's do it this way. So if you're gonna go, so you're in that in the front pose. You're gonna take a step out. You're gonna go side glute, just like you would for Bikini.
Okay.
Then you're gonna stick the other foot just slightly behind the front foot, slightly behind, just to make sure that this is, so it's gonna be slightly in front, just to make sure that we have the quad sweep there. Then you're gonna take that hand, the front hand, and you're gonna twist it a little bit. You're gonna twist it, show your lats a little bit from the back. So you're gonna do like a little back thing. Yes, so you're gonna go back, and then you're gonna draw. So you're gonna draw with that hand, and it's gonna go to your side, and you're gonna twist. No, okay, so keep that foot down. See, this is Bikini.
Oh my God,
There
I'm
you
turning
go.
into Bikini.
There you are. And then you wanna keep that at an angle, about like that. There you go, twist up more. Twist up, and you want to show that delt also. There we go. Now we're talking. Keep that hand about there. Yes. There you have the side pose. Pretty good. Pretty fair. And you can do this from different types of angles. So you can work a big angle, and this is what we were talking about earlier today. You can keep an angle, a big angle, and keep it back here, or you can keep a streamlined angle and keep it right there. It's like
This is
on
exhausting.
on your quad, and then you want to be flexing your glutes as well as your quad, as well as this, keeping this tight, keeping this really thin, and then keeping that here. You want to see that part of the delt.
Good
Yes,
gosh.
there you go.
This is like a workout.
Yes, it is. It's a lot. So that's the side pose for you.
And then the back.
And then from the back is the same as the front. So you would get in here, you do a twist out, just expose the quads from the back, and then you would go.
Her lats are so big, I have to scoot them.
Ooh. And then you have to like get your lats out and then lean back. So first, get your lats out first. So the easiest way to do this is do like a lat spread. So if you do a regular lat spread, then just keep your hands out and then just lean back. There you go. And then you want to keep your elbows like so and keep them a little bit straighter. Just keep all that tension right there. And then you need to have more quads. So get them out. There we go. Now we're talking. That's good. That is good. Exactly. So that's the back pose for you. And that's our mandatories pretty much.
Heck yeah, now it's time for Bikini. Ready? Let's go.
Oh, girl. Let's do it. It's so much work.
So it's like so much more like flimsy than like
It is.
figure. It's like loose. Woo, woo. You already know what you do, Bikini posing. Just for funsies. Woo. And as Coach Adam here is pointing out, this is our size differences. We're different sizes, and Sam here has expressed to me before that she puts on muscle quite easy, and me, not so much. So one of the biggest differences I find with bikini and figure is the quad size. As you can see, Coach Adam is pointing out the differences in our quads. Holy moly, there's a big difference here. Well, I had a great time, comparing and contrasting bikini and figure. Thank you for your help, Sam, and thank you for your help, Coach Adam. And hopefully you guys know the differences now, and maybe this video will help you decide which division to get into if you were on the fence.
Yeah, I think that is super important. Do some measurements, assess yourself, maybe talk to a couple coaches. There's a few out there that do physique assessments that can kind of tell you what to look for. Go to a show, see them in person, come pose with Sam, come pose with Ashley. Do your research and find what's better for you. Hopefully you can figure it out. If you really like to lift hard and heavy and you're starting to grow, probably gonna want to go to figure. If you have a hard time growing and you lift hard and heavy all you want, but you're not going to grow that much, probably going to go to bikini. And everywhere in between.
So if you want to follow me on Instagram to see when I work out heavy, what I eat, and what I do in my daily life, you can follow me on Samantha Jerring on Instagram. And yeah, I've been super excited to be here today with Ashley and Adam, and hopefully we'll have more fit competitors after this video. So,
Woo! Team Like Physique.
Boom.
Until next time, guys. Signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.